You're scrolling through your feed late at night, the usual parade of drama, callouts, and creators pretending to be investigators. But then you see this. A New York woman arrested, not for filming someone, not for blackmail, but for selling surveillance footage for profit. Yeah, this is one of those cases that the internet thinks the full story is so obvious, but the actual docket reads like the plot of a mid-tier Netflix true crime special. And honestly, it's messy enough that even iNabber could make a 40-minute video out of it by asking 3 rhetorical questions and sighing into the microphone loud enough to make you think that his chair just filed for divorce. But today, we're doing this properly. This is the case of Olivia Henderson, or as we all know her, the TikTok DoorDash girl. She was charged in Oswego County with felony unlawful surveillance and felony dissemination of surveillance footage. So before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you think of the story, how it's evolved. This is actually pretty insane. But yeah, go grab a snack, go grab a drink. We're going to get into this. Today we got mango, Monster Mango. Back on the monster kick.
It's like a reward.
Let's break down what we actually know here. This isn't a rumor. This isn't a TikTok game of telephone. This is verified court data from Oswego City Court. Case number CR 04050-25. Defendant Olivia Henderson. Charges 2 felony counts. And I want to make something clear up front. This is a serious case. Some people online have already twisted it into content. Incident date October 12th, 2025. Arrest date November 10th, 2025. The agency that arrested her was Oswego City Police, and her charges are PL 250.6001. Dissemination of surveillance images, felony count. And the second one, PL 250.4501. Unlawful surveillance in the second degree, also a felony. Quick reminder, these aren't, oops, I didn't know I couldn't do that in misdemeanors. These are New York State e-felonies, meaning serious penalties, serious digital evidence, and serious investigations. So let's decode this in normal English. Unlawful surveillance in the second degree, PL 250.45. This applies when someone films, records, or captures someone without their knowledge and circumstances where the person expects privacy and does so for amusement, sexual gratification, or profit. Profit is the key here. And dissemination of a surveillance image, PL 250.60. This is about distribution, selling, publishing, and sharing with the intent of profit. This is the you turn your crimes into a revenue stream charge. So already we're talking about motive, intent, and clear digital actions, which again is the kind of thing iNabber would dramatically pause for before explaining for 5 minutes about absolutely nothing. So here's where things get more interesting, because the incident date and the arrest date are almost a month apart. Something happened on October 12th, but investigators didn't arrest Olivia until November 10th. A delay like this usually means the victim reported it after discovering footage existed, law enforcement obtained legal evidence, someone attempted to sell or distribute the footage, and there was enough of a paper trail to move forward. This isn't a caught in the act case. This is a digital evidence case, which means that there were logs, messages, uploads, transactions, and something that left a trail. So, I mean, we already know by her videos that she turned the evidence, she turned the video over to cops when she initially talked to the cops. So basically, she turned herself in.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Admitted, or the cops were able to track it down, that it was on the internet, that she uploaded it. The very fact that it was uploaded to TikTok and she's monetized in the creator fund on TikTok means that she uploaded it for profit. Whether she intended to or not, she uploaded it for profit. Dissemination of surveillance images, 1 count. Felony E. Unlawful surveillance for amusement or profit, also felony E. New York doesn't use flowery language for surveillance crimes. It's very cut and dry because these are newer and specially designed for digital age. Now let's talk about why this blew up. It's a combination of things. A very specific felony, a woman allegedly monetizing surveillance footage, and intent culture being obsessed with caught on camera content. And a reason for this kind of thing spreads faster than iNabber giving a TED talk about being terminally and chronically online. People love scandal, people love surveillance stories, and people really love when a case feels internet adjacent. But behind it all, we're talking about real victims, real consequences, and a real criminal statute. So here's what typically happens in cases like this. Device seizure, police confiscate phones and cameras, digital forensic analysis, they pull logs, metadata, and timestamps, identification of victims, they determine who was recorded, intent evidence. This is huge here. Did the person send the footage to someone? Did they list it somewhere? Did they request money? And did they actually receive money? If investigators have even one screenshot of an attempted sale, that's enough to escalate to further charges. And let's be real here. If you try to profit off of surveillance recordings in 2025, you're leaving a digital trail. Felony E in New York can carry up to 4 years in prison, fines, mandatory registration in some cases, and long-term digital restrictions. Predictably, social media does what it always does. People assume Olivia was either a criminal mastermind or assumed it was nothing and that she could beat the case. And then there were commentary takes like, "You're all misogynist for not believing this girl." This is the part that creators don't talk about. After charges like these, a few things can happen. There'll be preliminary hearings. The judge determines whether there's enough evidence to proceed. She has a court case December 4th, I want to say. I have a screenshot of it. I will throw it up on screen. Discovery. Both sides exchange evidence. This is usually where digital forensics reports comes out. Plea offers. Most cases like this do not go to trial. They're negotiated. And potential sentencing. If convicted, sentencing is based on intent, distribution, victim impact, and prior record. So the intent, we already know. She put it up on social media. The intent, in my opinion, was to shame the guy or to try and get him arrested for literally nothing, as it turns out legally. Distribution, she put it up on the internet. The footage was copied by numerous other people. Victim impact, the dude, I mean, luckily the guy's name has not been made public record yet, but there's certainly been an impact on him where the world has talked about him. I've talked about him 3 videos. And prior record, I don't know if she has a prior record or not, so I can't talk about that. So a case like this exposes some major misconceptions. People think digital crimes aren't real crimes, but the law is evolving faster than half the commentary can keep up with. Surveillance crimes are taken seriously. Technology has made exploitation easier, so legislation has had to make the consequences harsher. This case is a direct result of that. Look, no matter how many times you try and spin it, this is a serious case involving real people and real consequences. And as funny as it would be to watch creators like iNabber turn legal cases into melodrama, the truth is much simpler. Someone allegedly recorded somebody else without consent. Someone allegedly tried to sell the footage by putting it up on social media and obtaining money through the Creator Fund. And New York State just simply does not play around with that. The next steps for Olivia will unfold in court, not on social media, and definitely not in commentary videos where creators drag out 4-sentence docket into a Lord of the Rings extended cut.
I guess that concludes negotiations.
As always, I'm going to keep an eye on things after her court date comes out. I will stay online. I'll stay vigilant. I'll put a reminder in my Google Calendar to look up those things because it's public information. You can look it up. And we will see anything from docket updates to anything else that actually matters. Not speculation, not noise, and not the I saw a TikTok about this, so let me make a video about it tier of analysis. Because at the end of the day, this isn't drama, it's a felony case. And that deserves more than a sigh, a thumbnail arrow, and a half-hearted let's talk about it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you have a good night. Leave your comments down below. I'm going to link to the other videos over here. And I'm going to link to the story playlist over here. That way, if you want to check out some of the other content, you can go watch some of the stories I talk about with cryptids, where I read stories about Bigfoot and other things, ghosts, goblins, stuff like that. Anything really. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, check out the merch down below. You can also hit up the PayPal in the description of this video and buy me an energy drink. I always appreciate it when you guys buy me energy drinks. I really do. But yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.